So y'all keeping it real. I said black superhero. All right, but I'm Danger Man, the urban superhero. All right, and this is a character that I created.
Can you fly?
Am I what?
Can you fly?
Okay, I created about 10 years ago. All right, and so I said for corporate America, it's an urban superhero, but you see I'm the black superhero. And this is part of what I do. You know, when you're looking at careers and you know, different opportunities, and you think out of the box. Okay, I created Danger Man out of a need originally to help kids, because there was a particularly, I'm from Los Angeles, and there was a particular incident where a Hispanic family had gotten off the 10 freeway. They were lost and they were trying to find their direction, and got into East LA, and there was some gangs or something that had been shooting at each other, and a bullet went through their back window and killed their 4-year-old girl. And so, you know, I heard about that. I didn't even know the family, didn't know anything about it. You know, it weighed heavily on my heart. I said, God, I said, here we are, you know, the greatest country in the land, and we can't protect our kids. You know, our kids are getting shot. All right, so I said, and we got guns in the community. Bless you. I said, you know, I said, I want to keep our kids out of danger. You know, so I said, okay, I'm gonna go to schools and talk to kids about keeping the guns out of schools, and you know, I'm gonna be Danger Man, okay? And so I had moved to LA. I used to have a big private investigation company, okay, for 16 years, and we did, you know, worked on murder cases, discrimination cases, and went undercover. You know, I did all that. And so I wanted to change careers. So I wanted to get in the entertainment industry. So I started doing acting, went to acting school, and started doing commercials and TV. And so that's why I moved to LA. And so when this particular incident happened, and I had also worked with crime victims in Denver as well. So, you know, I needed, you know, I wanted to find an opportunity, because when you look at developing a career and doing things, you want to do things that are going to give you passion, that you really want to do, that whether you get paid for it or not, that, you know, that is something that you feel good about doing. Because when you go to work every day, you're just going for the money. When the money runs out or something happens, you know, it doesn't feel good anymore. Okay, so you know, it's important that when you're doing things you're doing things also to help your community, to help because for instance, when you do volunteer, I was doing a lot of volunteer work as well before I even started doing this when I was in Denver, and you meet a whole different set of people and circumstances that you never would have. I did some work for the Heart Association, National Heart Association, and Alzheimer's, and you know, I would get involved in marches and walks and everything, and so you know, you meet people. So okay, and you make contacts with people. You know, there's an expression they use in business called contacts or contracts. Okay, the more people you meet, and you know, you kind of keep a registry, and later on in life, this sets up a network for you. You know, when you're in business and you have something you want to do, or something in the community, it's a big tie-in. So, you know, so I learned that, you know, at an early age, you know, when I was in my business, because also I was in the restaurant business. I managed some restaurants. So it's not really in your career life. It's not really as to where you start out, but it's where you eventually end up. Okay, and when it's about having a dream and following through in that dream, and you know, never letting go, and doing everything that is necessary to make that dream work. You know, like President Barack Obama. You know, he had a dream, and you looked up 2 years later, and now he's the president of the United States. So it's having that dream, you know, and really just getting that education that'll give you the tools that you need necessary to make it all come true. And so I never really envisioned that it would actually go this far, because I just wanted to stop the gun violence and stop kids from getting shot. All right. So then it went on, and I wasn't doing this full time, because I was in marketing at the time as well, and then I was acting. I did Sonic movie with Chris Tucker, the first Rush Hour, and then worked on some other movies, and I started doing stand-up comedy. And then so I would keep going back to this, and then we adapted a literacy initiative, because we were looking and seeing that, well, young people aren't reading, all right? And if you can't read, basically if you can't read, then your future is very limited. You all know that, okay? Because there's a lot of, I go to other high school students, other high schools where you got high school, 11th and 12th graders who are reading at a 7th and 8th grade level, all right? And when you get out there and you go take some of these tests, or you go to fill out. I mean, I had people come in and fill out applications. They had to take it to their car to fill it out, because they had somebody in the car, to help fill it out, because they couldn't fill it out. Okay, and so we find reading is just a really key element in anything that you're going to do. You have to be able to read, just plain and simple. So so then I found out that because I have a 501c3 and not a profit. And I found out that there's a lot of money out there in literacy programs, all right, and talking to young people and promoting literacy, all right, because of in urban neighborhoods, young people aren't literate, and then a lot of them don't have books. So I had organizations giving me books. I had a warehouse one time with 50,000 books in it, all right, and so as I would go out, I had all different grade levels of books, okay? And I would take books out and give them to schools, and give them to kids, and take them to, foster care homes, and, so when I come out, I have books with me. There you go, everybody have a book, and then just go through the books, all right? And so we had this strong literacy initiative, and I was getting, thousands of dollars, to go out. I said, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool, all right? And have fun doing it, get to make a difference, all right? So we have, so our initiative is about literacy and safety. When it comes to safety, as far as, talking to young people about drugs, and while, not just saying no to drugs, but, why do you say no to drugs? What marijuana does to you, and what cocaine does to you, and all these other drugs, okay? So then okay, there's money for that as well, all right? Because what happens is, I find out when I go to elementary school, all the little elementary school kids, all they want to know is, "Thank you, man, can you fly?" They want me to fly around the classroom or fly up and down the hallways or something, But usually when I go to high school, they're like, they look at it and say, "Do you get paid for that?" Okay, you walk, you get paid to put all that. You walk around, I said, "Yeah, this is I created this, all right." And so, so like I said, there's these different initiatives that I've been able to tap in, that where I can reach young people around the country. And I travel to about, we call it the top 20 urban markets, all right, which are, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Memphis, Detroit, Chicago, Houston, Dallas. I was just in Jackson, Mississippi a week ago. I was in Jackson, Mississippi. I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and Atlanta, all right, talking to young people there as well. And so what I'm doing is building a brand, okay? Like Coca-Cola is the brand, and Chevron's a brand, okay? So it's important as you build your brand and you spread your brand around, that you keep, that you keep that brand clear. You keep it, free from any negative publicity. You look like, for instance, Chris Brown. Chris Brown had a brand, okay? You see what happened to him. And he got dropped by major advertisers. There's been